All right. Uh, season 2, episode 7. Chikai Bardo. Well,
Is that what the title of the episode was?
yeah.
What the fuck does that mean?
That's what Mark says when he's like snoozing on the couch, and then it cuts, and he's holding one of those the card that Dylan took. Um, and Gemma explains it's a attack. It's some sort of I don't remember what she says. Like it's a I don't know. It's a fertility move.
Yeah. Okay, I got you.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'll
So,
just get right into it.
yeah, dive on in.
Dive on in, as we do here on the Plimbo podcast. So it's a Gemma episode.
Now, did you like that?
I think it was necessary. Otherwise, you'd have people rooting for Helly and Mark to get together. But I feel like after watching
honestly,
this, yeah,
I kind of am rooting for Helly and Mark to get together. Like, this did really contextualize their relationship, and now I feel like I do like Gemma a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
But part of me still rooting for the Helly Mark dynamic.
See, that's surprising to me personally, Mikey Johnston, because when I saw the Mark Gemma Professor relationship, I thought to myself, this is Mikey's dream end game.
You are not wrong. As much as I don't want to admit to myself, sure, I vision myself as a Mark-esque intellectual, but
yeah.
But So are they both professors? Is that
yes.
what's happening? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
He's like he's like a history professor. I don't know exactly what she like some sort of literature. I don't know.
I think that was very cute. But I don't know. I guess they've been building up to Helly Mark for a season and a half, and I'm not quite ready to let it go.
I get it. It's a race thing for you.
Well,
that's understandable. We're not on the same page. I get it.
Well, good point, Plimbo. I should have thought of that. Now,
well, because
and here's my. Can I make? And I get that we don't normally do this at the beginning of the episode, but I'm going to do it anyway. Gemma and Mark do not end up together. Gemma's going to die, or Mark's going to die. That is not the happy ending.
Yeah, that's probably not what the story this show is trying to tell.
I think Mark does end up with Helly. Or maybe the twist, kind of like a Succession-esque thing, he ends up with Helena.
That would be crazy.
Wouldn't that be crazy? Like, innie Mark, outie Helena, he's desperately unhappy, but whatever.
So
let's talk a little bit more about what we learned about Gemma.
We learned a lot of things. So we learned that she is very much aware, like, contrary to I think perhaps the original theory that they were somehow like rebuilding her brain. She seems fine.
She's submitted to this,
right?
She's here on purpose.
Yeah, or well, she may have been taken against her will. Is what I'm imagining happened.
Oh, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, I think she went. I think she filled out, she did like the Lumen little game, and they're like, hey, we can fix your... I don't know if this is a like physical, she can't have children, that's why she's there, or if it's a emotional, she just can't process that and it's causing her intense pain, and they're like, we'll relieve that pain. I think it could be either. But I think she went on purpose.
Okay. I could totally buy that.
And I think it's interesting. This is the first person we've seen severed like 8 times.
So yeah, that was like a big twist, right? It seems that all of their, so okay, I guess first, all of their cases are different rooms. And I imagine they're all severed versions of her.
Yeah. There's the dentist Gemma. There's the signing the notes Gemma. There's okay. I assume these are kind of like how Lumen is a religion. These are her penances. These are the rooms where they're making her pay for her sins.
Oh,
like,
do you think that's what's going on?
Well, so do you remember when she's signing? She's in the Christmas room.
Mm-hmm.
She's signing the things, and then she gets up to leave, and the guy's like, "I love you," and she goes to leave, and she's like, didn't you hear me say I love you?
Uh-huh.
And at first I'm like, oh, this guy's just a creep. But then she does the same thing to Mark in a flashback. And I'm like, it kind of feels like all of this is a reflection of her. I don't know if she just hated signing Christmas cards. You think he's a creep?
Yeah.
That's entirely possible. But I think that's kind of a bait.
Maybe. I mean, there definitely was the parallel there. They did.
And
I feel almost as if it's like a stress test to see how far they can take it, I guess.
You mean the Severance itself?
Yeah, right. Because they are like putting her in all these situations, I guess, scaling in a mundane task that somebody wouldn't want to do, like writing thank you notes.
Good point.
To maybe
go to the dentist.
Or like the fucking airplane one, where the airplane is like going through crazy turbulence.
Right. So you think they're like, can we sell this as a service to people? They're like, oh, you never have to go to the dentist again.
That is kind of what I'm thinking it is, right? Is like,
good point.
But so then, something I still don't understand is what MDR is doing, right?
Yeah, neither do I. But we've now seen the guys on the other side of the screens,
right, that have 4 buttons. I don't understand it. For the four tempers or whatever. Woe, malice.
Oh, is that what that is?
I think so.
That makes sense.
But
so
I don't get what they're doing. I have no idea what they're doing. It doesn't make any sense to me.
I mean, I can only do broad guesses, but it feels like Mark is inputting the data, and then anti-Mark, the guy on the other side of the screen, just seems to be absolutely transfixed and absorbing that data. I wonder if maybe they're cloning Mark. Like we talked about before, how he's rebuilding Gemma's brain. What if he's rebuilding his brain? What if they're introducing these emotional responses to map his brain and put it in somebody else so they can, have another Mark?
Maybe. And it's like,
and then the big reveal at the end is they give Gemma Mark back, but it's a different Mark. Although, you get the whole ship of Theseus thing. If this new Mark had old Mark's brain, is he Mark?
Yeah, that's another thing to think about. I don't know. I don't know. What the fuck are they doing?
Yeah.
Is it okay? Because they're like, part of me is like, okay, maybe they're somehow organizing data related to the severed Gemma's experience in each of the rooms, and how but how is there like a percentage completion on it? They're obviously working on it while she's not there, because she's not there all the time, and they're working on these like cases or whatever for days. It just doesn't. I just don't get it. But
yeah, there's a lot of mystery left.
Yeah,
but I feel like we're getting to the point where They have revealed a lot in this episode. And I am confident they will tie it up.
I thought it was also interesting. Wait, I didn't even notice this before. I'm rewatching the scene with the guys on the other side of the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the lookalike guys from
Are they really? If so,
yeah,
they're totally cloning him.
from Woe's Hollow.
Can you send me a screenshot?
Yeah.
Oh, that is.
I didn't even notice.
No. Okay, yeah, I think Mark is rebuilding his brain. You're totally right. And maybe they all are.
Well, because they're all looking at the screens of the individuals that they look like.
I assumed Mark was the only one working on Cold Harbor. Well, have you seen Westworld?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know how, spoiler alert for Westworld, non-watchers, but I think we'll be fine. How like the whole point behind Westworld was to have eternal life, so that the super rich guy could essentially put his brain in a robot that couldn't die.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what they're doing here.
Maybe. Do you think these people? Do you think the lookalikes are robots?
They don't look like real people. There's something. I'm not convinced they're real. People
don't understand.
I think maybe the whole thing is Kier wanted to live forever. So and the Cold Harbor is him on ice, and they're going to bring him back somehow using this technology, or it's just for future. What's the last name of these people?
Refiners?
No. What's Kevin's last name? Egan. Future Egans to live forever.
So I have a theory.
Yeah?
Each of these rooms is like, ranges from mundane task to basically torture, right?
Sure.
Cold Harbor, which only Mark can work on, is the ultimate test of Severance, which is
she has to kill Mark.
Domestic dispute. They're gonna bring Mark down there, and he's gonna beat the shit out of her in that room.
I think opposite.
Oh, she has to kill
Mark. He knows who she is, and he's gonna be pleading for his life. She just takes him out.
Oh,
and there's training secret spies.
That'll be crazy.
But I thought the show was really good. I didn't understand why Devin chased the woman away.
So that made no sense to me. She freaks out at the end of last season thinking that this woman stole her child. She has invaded your home under false pretense, and you just want to call her?
Yeah,
that didn't make any sense to me.
Devin doesn't seem to be acting rationally. They got to get Rickon over there.
No, you can't get Rickon over there. He's an inside man now.
I have hope for Rickon. Rickon is just a struggling artist who wants to be seen. Reminds me of a certain podcaster. I think you shouldn't be too harsh on Rickon.
Listen, I would sell out just as fast.
I know. Wouldn't we all? But I think Devin is acting irrationally.
I get approached by some man online. They're like, your podcast would really help these mentally deficient people.
They really respond to your podcast.
They respond to your words. Like, really?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, we just have to change it a little bit.
Be like, if you could just tell them to send me all of their money.
Yeah.
It would be great.
All right.
I see where Rickon's coming from. Rickon will come back from fascism. He's not going to do it.
I see. So, we'll see. I think he might have the Hitler mustache on the next episode.
No. First off, Rickon's chubby.
You tell me you can't do a fat Hitler?
I'm telling you, I haven't seen it done before.
It could be a first.
I mean, fascists are notoriously thin. It goes along with the starving the people.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't starve the people and be chubby.
That's true.
Like if Stalin was chubby, they would have killed him long ago.
He was a little pudgy.
He was not.
Oh yeah.
He was Rubenesque.
Pull up Stalin. Let's just say he was not a skinny guy.
He's
But you're
skinnier
right.
than Wiccan.
But you're right. Fair enough. I want to talk about something. The cards or whatever that they have that Optics and Design has been recreating.
Oh, those cards.
The Chikai Bardo.
Yeah.
Is it all for the purpose of like trying to see if she will remember? Is that what it's all for? Is that what all of the things?
Can I mean, I agree. I would like to chat about that.
Yeah.
First off, I Googled Rick and Severance to see, an approximate gauge of Rickon's physique. And this is like the number 10th thing. Look at this. It's a comparison between Rickon and Kier. And they look pretty damn similar.
So he does basically look like Hitler.
What? That was not my point at all. Because of the hair?
No, well, I mean, in this universe, Kier is like Hitler. Is what I was trying to say.
Okay, I hear what you're saying. I think it's possible that Rickon is Kier.
I don't believe.
I'm telling you, there's a time travel thing going on.
They would have that would be crazy.
The Book of Kier, but I'm sorry, back to the cards. I think they were determining her aptitude for the program.
What?
What
do you mean?
Like they sent her the cards in the mail.
You think those were from Lumen?
Yeah. Weren't they from?
No, she says it's like she's like just doing some pseudoscience for fertility in a last ditch effort.
Yeah, I assumed that's the Lumen program.
You think so?
Yeah, and that they're gauging her emotional reaction to these cards. Oh. And to determine if they can admit her to the program.
She does say, I think I got onto the mailing list at the clinic.
I mean, maybe I'm overthinking it.
No,
my interpretation.
Hold on. There's a little form. I'm going to try to pause and read what it says.
Okay.
It's like a survey. Something about double $5,000 a weekly prize.
Classic Lumen. You don't think it's a Lumen? You think this is just a thing that they happen to introduce that's entirely unrelated?
Well, I can see it going. I can see it going either way.
Okay.
Well,
I discern that Mark's kind of a dick.
Oh well, he is kind of a dick, which is why they need to build a domestic dispute room.
They can reuse Dylan's room.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's just the same.
I was a little disappointed that there was no Dylan. Do we know what her name is? His Audi's wife?
I don't think so.
Their storyline I'm pretty locked into. I was hoping there'd be more of that.
Well, this is the Gemma episode. I imagine next episode is the there's 10, so okay. Yeah, next one will be probably maybe we see more of Irving and Dylan and Mark again. I don't know.
No, I think you're right. I think this is the
actually next one might be a mind fuck Mark episode.
Well, I would like to say I did kind of call that they were doing a wild episode shift.
Yeah. I think this one needed to happen.
Yeah, I I agree. This was a nice break from the normal episode in, episode out in the office. But
Man, I want to know
mm,
what's going on with the lookalikes in the chairs.
I'm I what do you think it could possibly be aside from their cloning?
The clones would look the same, no?
Well, they're not done yet.
Okay.
They're baking.
They got 4
And
buttons. I don't know. They're gonna just have to tell me.
we'll see more next week's episode. Thank you all for tuning in. And
Wait,
it's
wait,
always
wait, wait, wait.
okay. Sorry,
You
I
have
was
to
doing my
give
rep.
an episode rating.
Oh, an episode score. That was probably an 8. That was a good episode.
I also give it an 8.
Like, oh, okay, that's the first time we've agreed. Solid. I think it was a nice reliever of the pressure, where they finally told us something.
Yeah. Start answering some questions. You introduce some new ones.
Yeah. Whereas it feels like the whole show has been causing questions. So yeah, no, this was a nice no change of pace.
Real quick, I thought it was funny when the guy with the funny haircut is like, "Why the fuck you wearing that sweater?" As if he doesn't know there's a Christmas room. Come on, he's just being a dick.
I think he is a dick. I think basically everybody there is just kind of an asshole.
Yeah,
Like Milchick's the only one who maybe isn't.
I'm saying he's gonna turn. He's gonna turn.
I think. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Okay.
All right, thanks for watching, everybody.
Looking forward to episode 8. Looking forward to episode 8.
Yeah, episode 8. And then next week. Goodbye.